Good morning. I'd like to begin today by first thanking Sabrina Rosenberg for the flowers and the candles and all the things, and last week's the 2021 balloons that she had up on our altar all through the holidays. So, Sabrina, thank you very much. As I came into this beautiful old building this morning, I had the pleasure of walking through a brand new door on the front of the church, and there's also a brand new door on the front of the hall, thanks to the gifting of those doors and their installation by Mr. Bill Isaac. So Bill, we want to thank you very much. And I would also like to say, I didn't talk to Bill about this, but Bill has been facing some pretty serious physical challenges of late and has more to face. And so it might be thoughtful on our parts if we would perhaps let Bill know via email or a card or maybe a phone call that our prayers, our intention, and our light are being shared with him as he continues onward. Well, it's a new year. It's a brand new year. January 3rd. I've spoken a lot over this past year about transformation, and it was my intention last week as we did our burning bowl ritual to continue that. But as I thought this week, I think there's something at hand for all of us that needs our attention. And I think that thing, that process, is something called healing. Individually, we all have had our lives disrupted for a myriad of reasons. Maybe the fires, maybe COVID. So many people have lost their jobs, aren't able to pay their rent. Their businesses have gone up in evaporation. Some of us are just fine financially. However, the anguish that we have gone through has left its mark on all of us. And I think that as we go forward, how can I address this? In our inquiring minds that came out Friday morning, I talked about, as we start this year, concentrate on what you love and what you value in your life. And through this time of staying at home and wearing masks and social distancing and all the other things that we've had to endure during this last year, I hope that each one of us has had an opportunity to really think and consider what is valuable to us. What is it in this life experience that we truly love? And whatever that might be, we've had some separation from that. And that separation could use some healing. As we get this serum for the virus spread out and happening, we're going to resume to some sort of normal. And is it going to be the same old thing? Or are we going to be able to live our lives a little differently? Are we going to be able to heal this separation that we've felt in a way that's not just oh, well, we'll get together and have a glass of wine and everything will be back to normal. I don't think so. But over the last few months, I've said on several occasions, there's something that I think is more drastic, more important, that requires healing, that all of us are going to have to participate in one way or the other. And that's the healing of our planet, of nature. There's no question about what kind of shape this earth is in. None of us can fix the problem. I spoke not long ago about when will life get better? And my answer was, it won't until we make it better, or feel that it's better, or believe that it's better. Well, we can't fix, none of us, not 5 or 10 of us, not 3 of us, not this entire congregation, can we fix global warming. But I think each one of us can make that condition better. How many times have, last week, well, I just need to run by Target to get a few things. How did that affect our earth? We just need to get a couple more things and just run over here and run over there. All these little trips, all these things. You know, we've heard for years over the television that big business, our corporations, they're the job creators. No, they aren't, folks. They create the illusion that we have a need to consume and buy. And they create that illusion, that habitual compulsion to consume for the purpose of creating new and expanded revenue streams so they can continue to acquire and control capital, period. The job creators, that's us. We create the jobs by what we consume and what we do with what we consume. We can make that situation better, every one of us. I've said over time that for the last 50 years, I've been in love with 2 women that I've never had the pleasure of meeting. One is Gloria Steinem, and the other is Jane Fonda. And I'm sure that in the beginning I loved them because they were just drop-dead gorgeous. But over time, that love and admiration is because of their courage, their dedication, their commitment to their personal ideals based on the good of the whole. Both of them have never wavered over the years in trying to make it better for everyone, for our earth, for women, for each other. Well, to that end, I'd like to talk about something that I heard the other day in an interview. So many of us have asked the question, well, I know I'd like to help, but what can I do? Well, Jane Fonda just came out with a book called What Can I Do? And it's about global warming. And this is a very unique book because it's not about what rich corporations can do and the change in the whole world. And Now, each chapter, at the end of each chapter, it lists a bunch of things that just ordinary people could do, possibilities. Not huge things like, well, drop what you're doing, fly to Washington, D.C., and demonstrate with 17,000 people. Little things that each one of us can do, if we so desire, that can help make it better. We aren't going to fix anything in our lifetimes, probably. But we can, starting today, tomorrow, we can make these bruised, damaged situations better. And I think, what a great way to begin the new year, with a desire and a commitment to make it better, even just a little better. If we could all do that, what a difference might be made in our local communities, throughout our states, throughout the world. That book, What Can I Do? Costs $20 at Target or Amazon or the local bookstores. But Google said you can actually go to the Roanoke Park Library and check it out and borrow it. I think that might be a good idea for all of us. Because I'm sure in all of those pages, in all of those little suggestions of what can I do, there might be something that you hadn't thought of, that you have every capacity to do, that can make it better for the world. To make it better not only in your life, but in the lives of the people in Catadia or Sonoma County or the United States or the life forms on this planet. We have a new year before us. And who knows? Who can imagine what that year is going to bring? But I think if we start this year thinking about healing all of the soreness, all the bruises, all the damage that all of us have experienced, and the people around us, we see so much suffering. So many people that just don't know which way to turn, that could use a little light in their lives. Maybe use a little hand up. And then the healing of this planet. We must focus on that, my friends. We must. The direction that we are headed is not sustainable. We can live our lives within the parameters and the design of the divine. We can live in harmony with each other and with the life on this planet. We can, if we choose, if we work at it, if we think about it. What we think and we say and we do is of the greatest importance as we go forward in time for all of us. And the habits we've developed over the years, isn't that what has brought us to this place? In this healing process, in this self-examination process, the result of that will truly be transformation. But I think we should take a look at the beginning of this new year. What is it in our lives that needs healing? As we interact with our fellow citizens, may we interact with kindness and respect and forgiveness and acceptance and empathy and love, not resentment, conflict, anger. That will make a difference. That will help make it better. And that's actually a divine thing to do, to make it better. And so it is.